Well, it's a health condition that a lot of people deal with, but few folks really understand just how serious it can be, unless you got it.
Yeah, I can barely pronounce it. It's really 7.5 million Americans are living with psoriasis, and there's currently a campaign aimed at helping people understand the disease and live with it. Trent Gilbreth got a chance to speak with dermatologist Dr. Shane Chapman and five-time Olympian swimmer Dara Torres about their involvement. Take a look.
Okay, thank you for joining us, guys. So, Dara, when did you first start experiencing symptoms of psoriasis, and how has it impacted your life?
Well, back in the early 90s when I was training for my third Olympic team, I noticed red patches kind of flaky on my elbows, and I wasn't really sure what it was. And so I just kind of let it go because I thought, maybe it's something from the chlorine or some chemical in the pool. So I just kind of let it go. And after a couple months, it didn't go away. So I finally went to go see my dermatologist, and that's when I was first diagnosed with psoriasis. But one of the reasons why I'm so happy to be here today is I've teamed with Otezla and Celgene for the Show More of You campaign, because you have to understand, back in those days when I was still swimming, my business suit was my swimsuit, so everyone could see me. And I was very embarrassed to walk around with these patches on my skin, and I always thought, wow, are they going to think they're going to get this because they touched me or because I swim in the pool? So I'm excited to really educate people about what psoriatic disease is, which includes psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis, and just to get people out there and to let them understand that you need to be comfortable in your own skin. Don't worry about it. Still follow your dreams.
For sure. So tell me a little bit more about that awareness campaign. What is Show More of You?
Well, if you go to showmoreofyou.com, it's a wonderful website where everyone who has dealt with psoriasis or psoriatic disease uploads their photos and they share their stories. And we did a wonderful photo shoot with famed photographer Martin Scholler. There was myself and 4 other people who were there for the day. We got to talk about our disease and really bond over that, but also have a lot of fun shooting with Martin Scholler. And we just want to educate people about psoriatic disease and also teach them to be comfortable in their own skin.
What a great campaign. Looks like a really fun photo shoot. Let's loop you in, Dr. Chapman. Tell us a little bit about psoriatic disease. What's the difference between psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis?
Sure. So psoriatic disease has 2 components. One is the skin component, which we call psoriasis. It's inflammation of the skin, and just like Dara described, it leads to large plaques of the skin that become very scaly, sometimes painful, it itches. But more importantly, people see it, and the patient population out there, or patients who don't have psoriasis, really are affected emotionally as well. Psoriatic arthritis is the joint component of psoriatic disease, and about 30% of patients with psoriasis also have psoriatic arthritis. Your joints become swollen, painful. A lot of times it's in the joints of the small joints of the hands and feet and toes. It can affect mobility, it can affect your occupation. The important part of this campaign for me is to tell patients out there that even though you might not be an Olympic swimmer, you can go to the website showmoreofyou.com and see normal patients, mere mortals, who also have psoriatic disease, and to know that it's very treatable and manageable. One of the ways we've done this is with the Primilast or Otezla, which is a pill. In the old days, we didn't have very many treatments, and they were sort of cumbersome. Sometimes patients had to be admitted to the hospital, and now we've gotten so good at treating psoriasis, you can take a pill. It requires no laboratory monitoring, and patients really like that.
Well, thank you, Dr. Chapman. That's all really informative. And before we go, Dara, what is a message that you have for others living with psoriatic disease?
I think the biggest message is don't be embarrassed by having this disease. Go live your life the way you normally would and just be comfortable in your own skin. And again, if you go to showmoreofyou.com, you'll see these wonderful photos of our photo shoot we did with Martin Scholler, but other people who are suffering through this disease, and I think it really inspire them.
Awesome. Great message, and thank you both so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trent.
And we'd like to thank Celgene for making that segment possible, and we'll be right back.